G'day boys. I want to talk to you about an underrated skin, and this is the M4A1S Solitude. As you can see, I got a nice little fact new one here with a little sun in the middle. The reason why I think this is kind of a hidden gem and not many people are really talking about it or hyping it up, it's just kind of like slowly in the background getting more and more pricey, especially depending on the patterns. It is still currently in the armory. It's only got 25 days left. But the thing is with this, it's like a lot of people have really slowed down on unboxing it. Maybe because it's not very profitable. You have to get really a fact new one to make a lot of money, or a minimal wear just to break even and get a little bit more profit. And then field tested, battle scarred, and well worn, you just lose an absolute load amount of money. But I feel like this is going to become one of those like rarity type skins in the future. But the thing is, you need to be careful about it because compared to other rare skins, there's trade ups. So for example, the hot rod, you can trade up to the hot rod, so it makes everything else more rare because you got to trade up to it. So those lower skins get more rare because there's a demand for it, and it kind of lessens the quantity and the supply of it. But with limited edition items, there is no trade up. There is no kind of value. That's it. Once you get the item, that's it. The demand is on the people for what they want. There's no way to decrease the supply of it. So you can kind of see the price of the M4A1S Solitude going up over time. It kind of was like in that little stagnant kind of place. But because it's slowly ending and a lot of people are not redeeming it, the price has gone up. So if you do have any Solitudes, you might sell now for a bit of a profit, or you can wait until it goes away and then it'll have that big price hike as well. And then obviously it will go back down and then stabilize. But there is a lot in circulation. So as you can see, there's probably about 5,000 on the market currently. A lot on new pin, but you know, Chinese. And then there's a lot more for the minimal wear. Like there's probably, I would say 15,000 minimal wear on the market. So you do want to be careful because it is quite a big circulation for other ones that aren't factory new. Field tested is just has a crazy amount of quantity on the market currently. But the reason why I'm saying this is a hidden gem is because of the patterns. They have so many different types of patterns, and there's only about 150 good patterns. The rest are kind of pretty dog water. So for example, you have the Golden Mountains and the Red Sun, which is the rarest pattern. As you see, the red stone and the golden heels, it looks really fantastic. I've seen someone with some nice gold stickers on this as well, and it looks very, very nice. And then you also have the dark blue mountains, orange sun, blue mountains, yellow sun, orange sun, and then green mountains, orange sun. This is one of my favorites here because this is the rarest, but this one is like, it's up there. It's rare. It's only got maybe like 20, 30 patterns similar to this. But if you can find one of these patterns that is on the market value, like in the future, you will definitely make profit on it because it becomes much more rare because all the supply is mostly just like, that's how we look down here. You know, you got the sun on the barrel or the sun off to the side. Trying to find one with a full sun is probably a much harder thing to do than buying a Solitude that just has a bunch of clouds and mountains on it, similar to like this. It's not that appealing, and a lot of people don't really buy it for the clouds because there's not many good combos that you can do with it. So you got the Golden Mountains and the Red Sun. Like, look how good that looks. And you can only get it 6 times. 1 for this pattern and then 5 for this one. And then you have the clouds. Obviously, for me personally, I'm not a fan of this one. I prefer the sun. When the sun is in the prime position on the M4A1S is really, really good. These ones are not so good. So tier 1 and tier 2 is very rare, and if you can find one on the Steam market or one of these third-party websites for like basically Steam value, like you will definitely make a buck in the future because they will become a lot more rare. Because I would say out of this 5,000 ones, there's probably maybe 500 in there that actually have a good pattern on it. So if you can actually find it and then hold on to it for later, I think it might do some actual decent numbers. And this is my minimal wear one. It has the sun right in the middle as well. And I also got this field tested one because I was like, you know what, I might grab one to see how it looks. And it's not the best. The quality is pretty bad, but I was like, you know, I'm going to grab it because it's only like $7. But definitely this one right here, oh, absolutely fantastic. And I'd grab this off the Steam market about $5 above the lowest price, and that's absolute steal. So if you browse these markets, you may find an absolute banger pattern. But obviously this wouldn't be a video without me trying to unbox an absolute banger of a skin. I know for a fact I'm gonna waste 25 stars, but for the video, for the boys, I'm gonna give it a go. Please be fact new at least. Oh, actually, I think that's field tested. Oh, it's got a not bad pattern on it though. If there's some, if the sun was a little bit up there, dude, that would have been fantastic. Yeah, it is field tested. I lost probably about $15 on that, but you know, for the content, boys, for the content. So just a little recap. There is quite a big circulation for field tested ones as well as minimal wear, but the fact new ones are quite pricey at the moment. But the demand for these are continually going up as well. So even the bad patterns, ones just clouds and mountains only, they're getting sold at this price. So if you can find a keeper like the sun pattern, it's worth a lot more than the current market value. And obviously in the future, it's going to go up because it's becoming a rarer time. It's a limited time thing, but there is a lot of quantity on the market. So that's like kind of like the 50-50 kind of chance, you know? If you find a rare pattern, you should keep it because it's going to be a lot rarer in the future because everyone's got the mountain and cloud ones. But it's one of those limited omens because if you look at the XM here, you can see historically, you know, it's gone up, and then after the 2 months was in the shop, price goes up and then it crashes because no one wants it because it's an XM. Not many people are running around with the XMs, but it's M4A1S this time. That's why I'm a bit more bullish on it, because if you have a good pattern, it's M4A1S and it looks nice. It actually feels good to play with. It's not one of those other skins from the market like a heat treated where it just kind of looks meh. This actually looks decent when it has a good pattern. Overall, I think this is an absolute hidden gem. I don't think it's going to go crazy like an Orb Gun Gear or an Orb Dragalore, obviously, because there's only like, what, I think 3,000, 4,000 Orb Gun Gears, and there's maybe, I would say, ballpark, if there's 5,000 on the market, there's probably, I don't know, 10,000 at least that have been unboxed fact new. But out of that 10,000, hypothetically, that's been unboxed, how many are the good patterns? There only might be 1,000 good patterns. And then if you got one of those good patterns out of the 1,000, like obviously you're gonna be a demand from the future to get those patterns. So that's why I think there's gonna be an increase in price after the armory, because obviously it's gone and everyone's like, oh my God, I need one. But I think longitude wise, in a couple of years time, I think it's gonna be worth a lot more, especially if it's a good pattern. Anyway, that's enough yapping for me. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one.